All right, you guys, I have some great news for you tonight. I'm fighting a pretty good cold, so we're going to have a very short sermon, okay? Isn't that great? But I do want to say a little bit about that wonderful first reading from the book of Sirach. As you remember, it's all about choices we make and how important those choices are. I read a cute story this week about choices. It's a football game, and there are a lot of injuries, and the third-string freshman quarterback was leading the team. The coach called him over and said, the ball was on their own 3-yard line. He said, just give it 2 plays in a row to our fullback. Hopefully he'll gain some yards and then punt it. Okay, so the quarterback goes in. First play from scrimmage, the fullback takes it 50 yards. Second play from scrimmage, the fullback takes it 45 yards. The ball's now on the 2-yard line. They hike the ball, and the quarterback steps back and punts it into the stands. The coach calls him over and says, "What were you thinking on that last play?" The quarterback said, "I was thinking what a dumb coach we have." The point is, God lets us call our own plays. We call all of our own plays. We make our own choices. He gives us the freedom to choose our own destiny, whatever that destiny is going to be. So he tells us in Sirach, before you are life and death, good and evil. Whichever you choose will be given to you. In other words, he respects our freedom so much that he'll give us whatever we choose. So as we make those all-important choices, we're forming ourselves. We're choosing the kind of person that we'll be. If I do angry act after angry act after angry act, I'm going to become a violent person. If I do selfish act after selfish act, I'm going to become selfish. If I do corrupt after corrupt after corrupt action, I'm going to become corrupt. But the opposite is true too. If I consistently choose the path of love over and over again, I'm going to become a loving person. If I consistently forgive, let it go, forgive, I'm going to be a forgiving person. If I consistently choose nonviolence, finding a peaceful word, I'm going to become a peaceful person. Our choices are powerful in forming who we are becoming, for good or for bad. Ultimately, hopefully, our choices are preparing us for heaven. We're making holy choices and getting ready for heaven. One of my favorite stories, this is an old one, I'm sure you've heard it, but I just love it. It's on choices and how our choices form us. Remember, the man goes to hell and heaven. He goes to hell, and people are all starving there. They look awful. Before them is this banquet table set with every kind of food you can imagine. But unfortunately, they have tied to their wrists a long fork and a long knife, so they can get the food, but then when they go to eat it, they can't get it into their mouth. It's way over there somewhere. So they're starving in the midst of a banquet. He goes to heaven. There's the same table laden with all this wonderful food. Everybody in heaven is well-fed, happy, joyful. They got the same knife and fork attached to their wrist, but they take the food and they feed the person across the table from them. They never even thought of that in hell. In other words, those people have formed themselves by their choices. And so the folks in heaven get it. The folks in hell are still about themselves. One of my favorite scriptures in the book of Joshua, where Joshua says to the Jewish people, choose today whom you will serve, the false gods or our Lord. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. He's making a choice of which God he's going to follow. So to sum up, love now. Make those constant, daily, consistent choices for love, and you're becoming a person fit for heaven.